Hey everybody, Johnny Vivento here. Somebody's been talking about the acoustics in my room, like I need a microphone. Actually, when I put a microphone on, it just goes crazy. The whole voice thing goes absolutely nuts. Anyway, so I've been watching Sarasota Tim recently. He's been doing a few great videos, the usual good stuff. Now, about the gym. You know, he's going to the gym a lot. He's making chicken thighs. I've seen that. Minimalistic living. Driving in the traffic in Sarasota, saying that the traffic, the people are getting more and more and more and more and more, which is completely true. Wearing a nice cowboy hat the other day. Drinking a nice cup of coffee. Best cup of coffee he's ever had in his life. We all enjoy this, don't we? About his camper. We're looking inside. We're looking at the way the layout is. Still, lots of derogatory people out there saying, "Oh, it's like like a cheap kind of a living." You know, well, I like to see how they're living. Okay, I really would. Then I was watching another one. What was it, Darling, talking about Tim and Tammy's apartment? If that's going to happen, it's possible. It's possible, isn't it? Could happen. We hope. We really do. We hope. But I love the way that they're always like on at this guy. And now there's a new one, SAR, S-A-R. Another derogatory one just came out. Maybe it's somebody that's really been giving Tim the elbow for years, but he just came out with an S-A-R. Okay, well, SARS. Okay, how does that sound? That sounds better, right? Talking about his constipation. Yes, constipation. Does he? I don't know. He buys things in Walmart that they're healthy stuff, you know. And Atomic Sage is out there giving it the big mouth as well. Blind Views, another one, giving it the big mouth. We've seen him, you know. Some has-been behind a microphone. He talks well. He's got a great microphone and a great voice. I gotta say, Blind Views. But wow, what a hater. Almost as bad as, what's his name? What's that guy's name? The Midwest guy. Actually, is it Arizona? I think that's the guy. I've mentioned him many times before, and I forget his name. Hey, Sarasota Tim, hell yeah, you see what he did? I see beer bottles behind his toilet. Oh yeah, I see that one. Well, I'm not so sure about that. Then you got Michael also. Another one giving it the big mouth, but he's actually okay, that guy. Alternative guy, funny, good voice, different. And then we got the E4 Mafia. Now this guy has a nice head of hair with the glasses. He looks a bit like an aging, what's that guy's name? The aging, God, what's that guy's name now? I'm sorry. He looks a bit like John Denver with glasses, but an aging John Denver. He really does. Like Harry Potter, like a white-haired Harry Potter. E4 Mafia, his name. I don't know what the E4 stands for, but you know, you got New York Dan giving it the big mouth. Then another one, Knox Runner, has just come out. This guy, Knox Runner, who is kind of like me with Sarasota Tim. We're on his side. Kind of like the way that Sarasota Tim projects himself, and he's actually came out as well. Doesn't have any views. I watched. It was okay. Ms. Vicky keeps coming out. Hey, I saw next time how you're driving around and doing real well. Well, I don't even click on her. You know why? I don't want to give her any views. Ms. Vicky. She has enough anyway. She has subscribers, lots of them, but don't want to do it. Talking absolute drivel, as usual. Dinger as well. Okay, Dinger is one that, wow. You know, one day we're going to get him. We're going to get him. We'll get that guy, Dinger. I'm telling you, one day we'll get him. Okay? We really will. And he's one to get. Okay? We're going to get him. We're going to get that guy. So we're going to get you guys, I'm telling you. All except Carl, because Carl can talk against Sarasota Tim, but in a nice way. We all like him, okay? He's a lot of fun. He's a hard worker. He's in the cold. He makes the videos, he makes some money, which he deserves, okay? Anybody that does his kind of job deserves the money, okay? So we all like him. But all these others, you know, like, I haven't seen, what's her name? The lady, the British lady. Oh, yeah. I even forget her name now because it's gone out of my head. I haven't seen her for quite a while, you know, but she's a worker too. I see her driving to work. Amazing, you know, you drive to work and you do a video of Sarasota Tim. I think it's kind of funny, you know. But, you know, I think Carl does it in his spare time, which is good. Nice to have a hobby, isn't it? Especially in the cold weather in Illinois. And then you've got Atomic Sage, all these cowards out there, you know, like Darling. And I know Darling's a man, he's not a woman. Yeah, I'm so sexy. It's a great voice, but you know something. No way, that's a man. That's a woman. It's a man. You know it is. Got the voice. Great video animation. Very, very good. Talking about stuff that, well, everyone's talking about him is fraud. Okay, Sarasota's fraud. It's actually not true. It's absolute garbage. Okay, it was happening. COVID-19. It was happening every single week. There was every single week. Everything was second. Sorry, there was people doing this, getting these loans. Okay, it happened. It's one of those things. Nobody knew it was going to happen. For all we know, COVID could have lasted to 2030. We didn't know. Nobody knew, did they? Nobody knew. And there was different variations coming out all the time, and things could have happened. You know, but all these derogatory people. Oh, I have it down here. New York Dan, Ms. Vicky. My God, awful. And what's it talking about here? Yeah, traffic, Sarasota Tim, about the traffic, about his stuff, and all these derogatory guys, you know. Oh my God, it hurts, you know, it really does. The way that they come out, they're driving us all crazy. Now, part 2 of this show, so that's calling out all the haters, you know. You're going to get what's coming to you, okay? But you're doing okay. You got subscribers. I don't have many. I want them. I really do. It's my ambition is to get lots of subscribers. I'm hoping to do it. But retirement to Mexico. That's my topic again, as it's been again for like 40 different shows now. You know, somebody put in the comments, why did you leave Mexico yesterday? And the reason I left Mexico was I have a lot of stuff in storage and I have to sell it. You know, it's a lot of stuff, you know, it's small stuff, lots of memorabilia, lots of different things, you know, that I have to sell. I'm going to give some away, I guess, but I will be back in Mexico within a year, I think, okay? Even though I just bought a car, but I think my son will have that when I leave. So I'm going to stay for a while and just sell this stuff, get it done. My wife's not even here, but she is coming, and I'm happy to be back, but I hate the cold. The cold is driving me crazy. You know, I've been back now for 7 weeks, and it's been cold every single day, driving me crazy. You know, the cold. I don't know how people can work in it now, especially not working in a regular job. I mean, working for yourself, where you've got to take stuff out. You've got to do a lot of loading, unloading, whatever. It's been very, very difficult, especially after 2 years in Mexico, when I haven't seen a cloud in the sky for 2 years, you know. So anyway, that's that part. And somebody else asked me about health insurance. Now they said, you know, how the hell are you going to retire on $1,700? Well, in the US, you cannot. It's impossible to retire on $1,700 US a month. You'll never make it. It's impossible. With the amount of things, the amount of things you have to pay in the United States, what can I say? It's like your insurances and covering your car payments and apartment costs, which are astronomical in the US. You could live on your car, I guess, and just eat at McDonald's or something a couple of times a day. You could make it that way, but it's not feasible, you know. So my alternative was to go to Mexico, and that's what I did. because I thought I wanted to live a nice life, which I did for 2 years. The last 2 years, the first couple of years of my retirement, I worked for 6 months a year, but then I decided to go, and which I did, a couple of years in Mexico, and you can live very comfortably on that kind of money in Mexico, very, very comfortably. Somebody asked me about a lady who I've been mentioning, who lives on $1,100 or $1,200 a month. I think it's $1,100 a month in retirement. That's her Social Security. Her husband passed away a long time ago, and she lives near me. She has a bicycle, and her son gives a standing order like for $200 a month to help her out. So she lives on $1,300 a month, and comfortably. Her apartment, I think, only costs like $450 maybe, fully furnished with all the utilities. I don't think she has cable. She doesn't want it. She has the internet, and lives very comfortably. Anybody can do that. You know, you can live very comfortably on it. And she's happy-go-lucky. Goes to the stores, buys her stuff, comes home, has a little yard where she tends her plants or whatever, and just a lady in her 70s. You know, anybody can do it. You know, she doesn't have any special. Actually, she got the temporary residency, which she did. She applied for it, and they gave it to her. You know, and she showed her her house agreement, like her lease, which I think was a year's lease, and they gave her a temporary residency, which is great. And in 2 years, you get your permanent residency once you get that. You know, but you've got to qualify for it. Or I think she a few times went outside the country and came back with the visa. Somebody said about the health insurance. Well, in Mexico, you know, I've been telling you this all along. If you have something really serious, do not come to Mexico. You don't have to, you know, don't do it. If that's how you feel, you've got to be confident in yourself. If you think you're kind of healthy, like I did, I said, wow, and I went to Mexico. I've been to the doctor. You know, you go to the doctor for something. You know, I've been once actually. What did I do? I did something in the gym with my arm. I have cubital tunnel in the arm. Went to the gym, I went bang, and I heard this, oh my God, it was crazy. I couldn't even lift my arm up for a week. But I went to the doctor for it. The whole thing cost me like $10. Okay, the consultation and the medication. And he told me just don't use it for a few weeks, and which I did, and it didn't work. And then gradually it's got better. It's got much, much better, gradually. Okay, but doctors in Mexico are wonderful. They really are. It's not like here. You know, I was telling you the other day on a video that I took my son to the urgent care, and the amount of people there was absolutely nuts, and the price for nothing. Okay, so I'm going to tell you, for nothing, was crazy. And he had Blue Cross Blue Shield, but the urgent care didn't take it. No, sorry, I'm wrong. I'm sorry. He had a copay. Okay, so he had a $50 copay which he paid, and the actual interview with the doctor, the actual service was like 3 minutes. Okay, where the doctor said, I'm going to refer you to somebody else. So that referral was $50 on a copay. Now, how much is that doctor getting for that visit? Okay, think about it. Blue Cross Blue Shield are going to pay him X amount of money for that consultation, okay, and plus the copay. I would imagine he gets $200 for a 3-minute visit. Okay, where the doctor said, I can't really help you. You're going to have to go somewhere else. Okay, and that's exactly how it happened. I was right there, and that's how it is. This is healthcare in the United States, and then there's healthcare in Mexico. Now, the healthcare here is wonderful. If you're in with like Kaiser Permanente, something like, yeah, it's wonderful. It's great, you know, great. They're going to keep you alive a lot longer, I guess. But for things that you might have short term, Mexico's the place. I'm telling you, because we've had it from all the expats. There's 50,000 expats living around the Puerto Vallarta area. 50,000. And you can ask each and every one, they will tell you healthcare is better in Mexico than it is in the United States. Each one will tell you that, because they've all had a problem. excuse me, and they've all had it resolved. So that's the way it is there. So let me tell you, my friend who commented, very nice man, commented, said how, you know, about the healthcare system in Mexico, you're going to be okay. All right, as long as you have anything long term, as long as you don't have anything that's very serious. If you have a serious heart problem, I wouldn't recommend going to Mexico, because you know they'd have to re-diagnose your problem, and that would take time, money, whatever. If you've got it under control here, you've got it under control. Lots of awful comments as well. You know, nobody really believes what I'm saying because they haven't got the foresight, they don't have the heart to even think, I think this guy might be right. You know, really, it's as simple as that. They don't really get it, because nobody does. Nobody's really saying, God, is that guy right? Really, is he? Well, I know I'm right, okay, because I know a lot of people have done it. It's just, I've done it, and I know a lot of people have done it exactly the same as me, okay, and there's a lot of snowbirds who come down from the north, Canada, and northern part of the United States. They come down for 6 months. I'm talking about living there full-time, year-round, and yes, it's feasible. You can do it without any problem at all. There is absolutely no danger. Fly into a resort and you're safe, okay? It's if you are gallivanting. People ask me about traveling in Mexico. I say, don't do it. I wouldn't do it, you know? I travel on a bus, so you get on a bus and I might go to Guadalajara, then I go to Aguas Calientes a little further, or Cuernavaca, or Mexico City. Yeah, I've done that. But you're on a bus with a lot of people as a bus driver, and you're driving to a destination. You know, you're not getting involved in, you know, anything that's going on in different cities, different towns or whatever. But driving around alone, a couple of Americans or 4, I wouldn't recommend that. No, because you will get sighted, and things do happen. Okay, in Mexico, things do happen. In Mexico, we all know, we all read about it, we all know about it. Yeah, we know, we all know. But if you're in a resort and you stay in that resort or get a bus to another resort, you're going to be fine. You know, resorts are safe. They're safer than any city in the United States, any town, any city in the United States. A resort is safer. They are protected in every single exit and entryway by police, Marines, whatever, especially by the coast. The Marines are everywhere, and the cops are everywhere as well, and it's safe. Simple as that. You know, I can't say any clearer than that. Do not worry about it, okay? As long as you keep, as a tourist living in Mexico, you're going to be fine. You're going to find an apartment. It's going to be so easy that you're going to say, my God, that guy Johnny Vivento really knows what he's talking about, okay? Because that's the transition. It's easy. If it wasn't, I would tell you. It is easy. And do it, please. Do yourself a favor. Get out of this rat race that we have here. I'm here, and it is a rat race. I mean, I've even encountered things in the last 6-7 weeks that, God, you know, I'd forgotten about certain things, like attitudes of people and you know, whatever. This country's kind of like being taken over. Okay, I you know, it's so different to how it used to be 2 years ago. It's changed in the 2 years, especially here in Littleton, Highlands Ranch area. The people have changed. A lot of newcomers coming in from all parts of the world, and things have changed. Okay, I have to tell you, it's just different. It's different. I'll give you one example. The Walmart that we go to, almost every member of staff is Indian in there. So really, it's so weird. It's like if you say that every place is white, down the road, everyone is white, but everyone in this one is Indian. It's just different. It's just different ethnic communities have like taken over certain parts of even this area, Littleton Highlands Ranch. If you go a little further, 1 mile up, it's completely Mexican people working in that one, okay? So it's quite amazing. If you go to Aurora, again, Mexican, like every single member of staff in Walmart. So it's just the areas are changing and people are staying within their communities. This is what's going on here. And things have changed. The world is changing. Look at it 400 years ago, how it was, how Europe and America was, and it was all different, and things are going to change again. You can already see it, and it's different. It's just a different feel, okay? And I'm at the library right now, and if you look over here, this building, I used to work in that building, okay? I was a maintenance janitor in that building, working part-time, believe it or not. I really was, a long time ago. It's called the Audrey. It's actually a really lovely building, very, very nice people. It's like an over 55 community. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's a gorgeous block, you know. But I used to love working in there. It was a great, great place. But this is such a lovely area, you know. It's just a beautiful, beautiful place. It really is. And it's a real grey day today, you know, really cold, and we had snow earlier this morning, although it's all melted now. And we had last night was a real snowstorm, you know, somehow it melted. It got really warm this morning and melted everything. So, but anyway, come on guys, Mexico is where it's at. All Sarasota Tim's enemies, you better watch out, okay? That's all I'm saying to you, you better watch out, because we're coming for you. Especially with Mr. Trump in charge, we're going to round you all up. We're going to find you. We're going to find your IPs, and we're going to find you, okay? We're going to have a list. You think I'm kidding, don't you? Listen, keep up the good work, okay? The more that you slate Mr. Sarasota Tim, the more views he gets, and the more subscribers he gets, okay? So you're doing a great job. Just keep it up. Keep it up. But one day, your IP addresses will be known, and we're gonna look for you. We're gonna find you. Okay? Just to let you know. Only kidding. Okay. Love you all. Take care.